the debt-free stage, Sutton and Madison. Usually, when a couple is standing on the debt-free stage, that means they've got remarkable news to share with us.
Yes.
So, what's
I
the
sure
story?
think we do.
What's the story?
Yes.
We paid off $44,200.
$44,200. How long did it take you?
9 months and 5 days.
Whoa. 9 months in 5 days. Not that we're counting. What was your range of income during this time?
Started around $43,000, ended up around $54,000.
Ooh, I'm always curious with this one. What did you do to raise the income?
Lots of side jobs. Madison got a job working at her college's bookstore part-time. I got a job at a production company doing a 24/7 sports talk show. So I had to get up at like 4 a.m. and go do that before work.
My man. Now,
Oh, yeah.
Are you in broadcasting, or is this just something you've always kind of wanted to do and you just jumped into it to make some extra dough?
I've always loved broadcast. I'm actually a worship pastor at a church.
Are you really?
So I had a few of the skills, and obviously with COVID, had to learn how to do broadcast with pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So it
Hey,
kinda
I
worked
started out doing sports radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I've got a little special place in my heart for
And
that.
look at this shining example right here, right? That's
Hey,
awesome.
it's perfect.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
43 to 54, you said?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money to pay off in 9 months. Did you sell something or someone? How did you do this?
We both had a little bit of savings when we got married, and we had a wedding in there too. So any like monetary gift that we received for the wedding, we threw right at the debt. So thank you, everyone.
So you didn't get the super juicer, 1,400.
Yeah.
You didn't get
we got a
that.
few of those, but
Oh, you did?
not a lot of them.
Okay, good. So you sold them. Sounds like you sold them.
No, we didn't sell any of our wedding gifts.
No.
Promise. We have them all. Yeah.
By the way, it's just a joke, but thank you
Just
for
a
clarifying.
joke.
We don't want to upset anybody in their registry. No, not a good idea. So what was the moment when you said, okay, we're going to do this as a young couple?
Well, when I was a kid, my Nana Sue gave me the Dave Ramsey Kids.
Nana
so,
Sue.
Yeah.
Nana Sue coming through in the clutch.
And I had all the envelopes, the giving, saving, and spending, even when we got married. So, but I remember after we got engaged, we started doing some counseling, and I kind of told Sutton he had some student loans, and I said those really scare me. You know, they're saying it's going to take 15 years to pay them back, and that's a really big commitment. And so he said, okay, I'll do some research. He found some Dave Ramsey videos. We're like, okay, we might be able to do that, sooner than 15 years. And then over quarantine, when there was a sale on Financial Peace University, we did that. And I just remember we got to that last lesson talking about how, you do all this so you can be radically generous and just do what, the Bible calls us to do. And we kind of sat there and thought, well, we want to be those people, who can just give someone a car or just say, oh, yeah, we're going to pay off your college tuition. And so, yeah, just having that in mind, we decided this isn't going to be, 10 or 5 years, but we want to just get this done this year.
Let's knock it out.
Yeah, so that was our motivation.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So walk somebody through, you get married, people hand you cash,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they smile and twinkle, and they say, you will never be able to just throw money away. This is what this money's for. Mm-hmm. And you two folks decided to pay off debt.
Yes.
Walk us through how that felt.
It is painful at first because there are those shiny new golf clubs, shiny new guitars, all these things that I would love to own.
Yes.
Yes.
But I can one day, as long as we are super intentional
Yeah.
right now.
For those of you listening and not watching, I just saw pain shoot through him as he paused.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
But I'm the
Yeah.
opposite. So even he's a spender, I'm a saver. So on the flip side, I wouldn't even want to use the money with the debt for the first baby step. I mean, I like draining the savings down to 1,000.
Yeah, freaked you out.
That's
Hard.
my worst nightmare. Yeah.
Yes.
So on the flip, even if you're not a spender, I mean, I still was like, we can't just spend our savings on,
Yes.
loans. So even that was.
And that's where people thought we were crazy, too, going down to that $1,000. But if we hadn't done that, we'd still be in debt right now.
So
Yeah.
so what was the debt? Student loans? What
It
else?
was pretty much all student loans, but that shiny thing on her
ring,
finger
yeah.
was a little bit of
Oh,
it, too. Which I'm glad we did
Yeah.
it. She's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, but to all the guys out there, isn't it romantic buying a nice ring that your then new wife has to help pay off, right? That just
Yeah.
feels gross,
I
right?
had it paid off before we got married.
He
sure,
did,
that
he
was.
did. In his
Okay,
defense, yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So walk us through this moment. You came to him. He came to you. You both said, we're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walk us through that. Like, who started that conversation? And I'm painting a picture here
Yeah.
for couples who are like, I don't know how to, it's kind of, when was the moment you said, this is it, we're doing this?
Yeah, Madison, as she said, she was concerned about the debt. I was okay to spending $150 a month for 10 years doing it because I didn't feel like it would have inconvenienced us that much. But when she kind of laid out the plan, the goals for us that we wanted to be radically generous. We got to do it differently to get there. So we just decided, hey, let's get this all done.
Yeah. And I'd say, on a similar note, it can seem sometimes logical. For instance, I mean, we're thinking, oh, we'll just keep paying, those minimum payments. We can do that, and how we'll still be able, to be generous. We can still give, but just through paying it off so fast, I mean, now we don't even. We're just able to do so much more with our finances, and just knowing that we'll never be back in that place, it just gives you the freedom to do whatever you want.
Yeah, we're done with that forever.
So.
Well, I got to ask, John, really quick. I got to ask, what are you dreaming about? Is there a specific radical generosity, even if it's somewhat small, in this frame of life right now? Because when you talk about that as your motivation, that gives me goosebumps all over. How do you want to be radically generous?
I mean, I've obviously mentioned those two examples. Those are in the videos if you don't do Dave Ramsey. But so obviously that would be the end goal. But I mean, even now, I know one thing is we've talked about just when you're at coffee or dinner with a friend, just saying, oh, I can grab that. Yeah. Which is something, I mean, again, we both said before this, we thought, oh, we're really generous. But that's something neither of us would probably ever do. Yeah. Like, oh, I'll just grab your $10 dinner. So, and that's also just such a great way to be a blessing to someone, because when you start doing that, it's just crazy how you think it's so small, but someone's reaction is like, oh, you're going to pay for my dinner? And so
let me tell you what's going to happen, and this is really to our entire audience. When you have a mind for that, and then you have the freedom to do it, and again, radical will change in numbers as you keep saving money and you guys keep living this way. But what you're going to find is people are going to present themselves to you. People you didn't see before are going to pop right in front of you, and you're going to know. Right there, I got to do that. I'm supposed to help them. You watch that.
And you do it with a smile. So who are your biggest cheerleaders?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously both of our parents, his parents are here today, cool. And my parents, and they, in our extended family, have just been such a great example to us of what it means to be generous and also being really disciplined with your finances. And also in a weird way, a lot of them knew we were doing the Ramsey plan, but we didn't really tell them, or they didn't know how intense. So I think they were all kind of a little shocked when we just came one day. We're like, oh yeah, we paid that all off. But
we're done.
So what would you tell people the number one key to getting that debt is?
So if you're married, you and your spouse have to be on the same page. Yeah. You have your big goal that you're trying to achieve. And after we did that, the other things in our marriage that could have caused conflicts, it kind of all worked itself out because we are working on the same team. We're aligned in our goals, and we're just trying to accomplish the same stuff. So.
Yeah, and I'd say that, I mean, it is a sacrifice and it is painful, and it, depending on your circumstance, could be so painful, but it's in the grand scheme of your life, that's just so short. For the rest of your life, you're going to be free and you're going to be blessed. And I know that, I mean, the Lord has blessed us in this journey, and in turn, you can be a blessing to other people. And when you have that in the end goal in mind, I mean, you can do anything and you're going to get there.
Sutton and Madison paid off $44,200 in 9 months and 5 days, making $43,000 to $54,000. Count them down.
Ready?
3,
2, 1.
We're debt free!
Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. They got the champion pose, the interlocked hands above the shoulders. We did it, and they did it. So good.
And to think, I can't imagine being a newlywed and thinking, let's get out of debt, not so we can add 7 more bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Let's get out of debt so we can just give like crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go through a journey together so that we can learn how to talk to one another and communicate to one another and hold each other accountable and have hard conversations so that when hard conversation after hard conversation comes up over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we're ready for it.
What a great couple.
That's
what
incredible.
a great future. And you watch. God will bring so much increase to them because he knows they're going to give it away. You watch.
Sutton and Madison
really incredible.
from Kansas City,
Great
Missouri.
couple.
We're proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey. This is The Ramsey Show.